Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy Canadian Thanksgiving and Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Blacklight Luminous was actually talking to me about this over Discord a while back and suggested that I should make a video to show solidarity with Indigenous people, and that today would be a perfect day to do so, and I agree. So I know that this isn't much, but it's hopefully just the start of something much bigger. Today, I want to recommend a couple of games about and by Indigenous people. First up being Never Alone, also known as Kisima Inichiwa. It's a 2D side-scrolling puzzle platformer about Inupiat folklore and oral storytelling traditions. It came out in 2014 and it did well enough to get an expansion the year after. And the developers at Upper One consulted over 40 Inupiat members. Next up is When Rivers Were Trails. It's an educational adventure game that you can download for free, and a link to that will be in the description. It was developed in collaboration with the Indian Land Tenure Foundation and follows a displaced Anishinaabe at the turn of the 20th century. Third is going to be a recent release, I think it came out last year on the Switch, called Mulaka, which is a beautiful adventure game about Mexican indigenous folklore and culture. It's made by Lienzo, a Mexican studio, and follows a shaman of the Tarahumara of northwestern Mexico. Finally, last up is Spirits of Spring, which is an anti-bullying game by Minority Media, a company whose mission statement puts empathy first in the games it makes, and they were also the makers of last generation's incredible Papa and Yo. So all of these 4 games I've mentioned bring an underrepresented voice and perspective to the table. They provide windows into cultures that have been displaced, marginalized, and often colonized. Admittedly, again, this is a very small nod going the way of Indigenous people, but I think it's an important one nonetheless. So do you have any games about Indigenous characters or traditions, preferably made by Indigenous people? I would honestly love to hear more about them. And also, in regards to showing solidarity with Native, Indigenous, and Aboriginal people, I am willing to hear out any other suggestions you might have. For now, thanks for watching, take it easy, have a good one, y'all.